Okay, so I kind of said it along the way. There was so much math review and all of that when we were going to start the class. Well, we do officially start chapter 3 right now. We're going to briefly talk about chapter 3, 4, and 5. Don't get me wrong, so we learned a lot of new stuff in chapter 2. We learned kind of our three basic situations or graphs. That's the Cobb-Douglas, and then there was the linear, and then there was the L-shaped. But we learned a lot of new stuff in chapter 2, and we're already well in class because the example problems we had definitely pertain. But especially the Cobb-Douglas and the linear, we see how much that pertains to chapters 3 and 4. But anyways, we're going to make an introduction video here, and I'm probably going to make another introductory video after this one. Um, but if you remember back from video 2, I think it was more than one video, but there was video 2 and then there was another one later. We just skimmed the table of contents. Chapter 3 is production choices. Once again, I think we'll make two introductory videos, this one, uh, and then a second one. So chapter 3 is production choices. We don't really have to write this all out. Chapter 4, 3, 4, and 5 are kind of a pair, consumption choices. Yeah, and chapter 5 is going to be kind of more supply and demand. Chapter 5 is market equilibrium. Yeah. There are many concepts that come from the supply demand curve. I don't know if we don't really call it supply demand curve. We're used to saying that, but it doesn't really mean anything. We don't want to talk about it now. We want to wait until chapter 5, but like market surplus and consumer surplus and many other things. But there's just many, many characteristics on the demand supply graph. So we talk about that in chapter 5. What did I write there? That should be a 5. Anyways, market equilibrium will be chapter 5. It is market equilibrium, but what I'm kind of rambling about is it's that's kind of finally the supply demand. It's not just that. Supply demand comes with many concepts that we take off of the graph. So chapter 3, production choices, chapter 4, consumption choices, chapter 5, market equilibrium. Let's go ahead and end that. Anyways, this is no big deal. This is just kind of a fun video or a boring video, if these things are kind of exciting. Uh, what we're going to do is we're going to take a short look at some notes that I made concerning 3, 4, and 5. And we're also going to take a look at the homework. So we have kind of two things. Number one, I've already outlined chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5. We're not expected to understand this. It's just I kind of took a time to make a bullet point or skeleton, so we might as well just kind of have it on film here. I just want to kind of show you maybe 10 pages outlined 3, 4, 5 in order. And then it's kind of like chapter 3, 4, and 5, taking a look at the end and the beginning. What is the purpose, the main purpose of this video? The purpose of this video is really just to take a look at the end in the beginning. It's going to take many videos. We only know after we're done with the whole thing. But to completely outline chapter 3, 4, and 5, and of course we are going to, is going to take it's going to be a feat of strength. It's going to take many videos. But outside of YouTube, I've already outlined chapter 3, 4, and 5. Took about a week. And second to that, also taking a look at the end in the beginning, there is about 60 homework problems approximately for 3, 4, and 5, maybe 20, 20, and 20. So 20 homework problems, chapter 3, 20, chapter 4, 20, chapter 5. So 60 in total. So the purpose of this video is to kind of take a quick look at my outline, and we're going to take a quick look at the homework for chapter 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to take a look at my solutions guide, which I've, of course, already made for chapter 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to go through all this again at the end of this video series. After we outline 3, 4, and 5, we will go back into the homework, but we're going to look one, So apologies for all of that. One, we're about to take a look at my astounding outline of chapter 3, 4, and 5. Two, we're going to take a look at the homework. And then three, seeing as how I've already solved the homework, we're going to take a look at my homework solutions. Yeah, so I just thought I'd illustrate the pictures. Okay, so without further ado there, yeah. In about 10 pages here, I have outlined chapter 3, 4, and 5. Uh, Honestly, I feel like I did a very good job outlining chapter 3 and I understood it. It's really good. Chapter 4 is almost a mirror image of 3. I think I did a very good job outlining chapter 4 and I also understood it very well. We're going to go in chapter 5 more in depth because it is by far the hardest one to understand. Chapter 5, I took a few notes. I honestly didn't outline it very good at all, but I was just tired and I didn't really care. But when we go through that more thoroughly, we're going to outline this. But this is chapter 3, 4 in about half of 5, and we'll understand 5 more. So this is page 1 of my outline. If you want to see the entire page there, I got some scribble scrabble there. We can ignore that. But this would be page 1 here. This is chapter 3, production choices. I'm really just showing off my notes. I took the time to outline the chapter, so I just wanted to do this. We're really not expected to understand what any of this means. So we're going to go through this systematically here. We are going to go through it systematically once we get into the chapter here. This is actually page 2, if we want to label that 2. And we can refer to this later when we're doing the homework. This is going to be video 33. So we might want to recognize video 33 and 34, but this is indeed page 2. So let's take a look at the entire page in order. Yes, that would be page 2. It's time to enlarge this guy here. This looks to me like page 3, so that's page 3. Okay, so this is going to take more than one video, I can already tell. All of this, I do believe, is still chapter 3, yes. Okay, so this is page 4, as we can see here. Yes, this is all still chapter 3. So chapter 3 is very in-depth. We learn a lot about all the derivatives, revenue, profit, cost, but a whole lot more than that. Apologies, I don't know why I had such a struggle to get page 5 there. So we're not even done viewing my notes, so we have to do this in the next video, but all the preceding pages were all chapter 3. And this right here, page 5. Yeah, get a good shot of page 5 there. Yeah, so we're just going to kind of abruptly end this video as we do most videos. This is the very beginning of chapter 4 right here. If we want to kind of quick skim that guy right there. So this is my outline of chapters 3 and 4.